Okay, so the next parts I'm looking into are the snakes. So this was one of the later parts I made, and it's to do with mounting it. So I took a bit of bar, I glued it to a back plate. Originally, that bar was intending to go through this small and tiny gap. However, due to all the printing errors, this block, which was initially meant to come down a lot further, got moved up to try and prevent the resin version from collapsing. This never happened with the filament printer, so I'm not sure if it's the block itself that did it or anything else, but it just meant that that bar no longer fed through. I did have a previous model where wire went through from this bar, looped underneath and hooked in the back. I'm not sure if you can see it on this, but there is actually, just about see it, there's actually a small gap there, so the wire would come in through underneath here, and it would hook around there, and then it would lock it in place and it wouldn't move. So we've got that. The heads have all been spray painted an identical colour. I actually had to spray paint them multiple times because of issues with paint drying, issues with paint getting marked, like you can see on that one, where paint can just come off quite easily. And then I've repainted the teeth white, and the nose had some black in it. Obviously this one's not very tidy, whereas that one is. There was also a head in one of my tests, here we go, which had a crack in it. Now, this crack wasn't there when I started filming on the day. However, I dropped the head and it cracked. No, I didn't drop it. The jaw put too much pressure on it when I was putting the eyes in, and it snipped it. Took a little bit off. It's not the end of the world. It could have been fixed in post-production with some editing, which isn't too difficult to do. I would be able to do that with Photoshop or Premiere Pro or any of the other media. So yeah, you've got a variety of heads that go through a smile cycle. So I believe there was 7 heads in total, which, yep, I've got 7 heads in total. And each of them progressively creates from a static, not emotionally valid snake to then progressing his way through into a smile, which I've also got 7 smiling parts. And then once the smile was completed, he went to a mouth open position, which then went through these other 7 mouths, but they were only applicable with the final smile version of the head, if that makes sense. So it would only work with Smile 7 head and not any of the other smiles, because it required him being in a smile position for his jaw to be open. On top of that, I had these tongue parts. There are multiple lengths, angles, sizes, and all of them are comprised of the same thing. They've got the 2-prong of the snake that you'd have, and they also have like a base or anchor. So this anchor would hook over a part of the jaw. I'll see if I can find a quick example. So this area here on the jaw, please focus phone. There we go. This area here would be where it would hook. So it would hook on the top side, not the bottom side. It would just hook over, essentially. And there we go. I've got it sort of. So it would just hook over like that, and then it would hang on while I was filming. Obviously, it does need a little bit of balance. It doesn't hang no matter what, but it was effective for what I needed. Then we got our eyes. These eyes were all resin printed, painted white with a gloss coat, and then I went and printed stickers for eyes. In fact, I've got the sticker sheet somewhere here. So I've got these stickers, which there was something else I printed as well. I don't need that. So I got these eyes, which if I needed to replace any eyes or change any movements, I could cut out a new sticker, place it over a blank eye, which I have plenty of, and then it would be effective. So we've got snake eyes, we've got mother bird eyes, and we've got baby bird eyes. In the end, however, the mother bird one wasn't produced, and even then the scaling of the mother bird one was completely wrong, so those eyes were never used. But the sticker method was quite effective overall, and I was quite happy with it. And so yeah. Also, the eyes create like a nice clicking noise when you put them in. I'll try and do this one-handed. But for example, I'm not sure if you could hear that. It was very quiet, but to be fair, it is the broken one as well, so the click isn't going to sound great. Let's try this one more time. Here we go. Right. So this would be the clicking sound. Again, a bit underwhelming, but it does click into place, and it has quite a nice snapping noise. The same as when you've got the jaw in as well. That might be why it's not doing it this time. But yeah, that's that.